America's first ever supersonic bomber entered service in 1960 as the Corvair B-58 Hustler. It could fly at up to Mach 2 at 64,000 feet, and what's interesting is it actually had no bomb bay. And that's because it was designed for one use and one use only, to carry a nuclear warhead into enemy territory, and so it was mounted directly beneath the fuselage. A B-58 crew included 3 people: a pilot aircraft commander, a radar navigator slash bombardier, and a defensive systems operator. And the DSO is often considered to be the most difficult position because of the wider range of complex systems that he had to manage. There was radar warning equipment, radar track braking equipment, chaff dispensers, and a 20mm cannon which could be operated remotely with its own dedicated radar unit. Every job on the B-58 was complicated though. It was a very advanced aircraft for its time, and a lot of the systems were not as streamlined as they would later become. The nav and the DSO both had wraparound control panels, and there were automated voice messages that would play through the helmets of all the crew. At this point, flight crews were always male, and the Air Force did some research which concluded that men respond faster to female voices in high-stress situations, so they hired an actress and a singer named Joan Elms to record all of the voice lines. What made the crew's jobs even harder, though, was the working conditions. Instead of ejection seats, they had to fly inside of ejection pods, and these were designed to protect the pilots at an ejection at full speed and full altitude. It was essentially a giant clamshell with its own oxygen supply and a joystick inside, so the crew could still control the aircraft even if they had to close up for an imminent ejection. The capsules floated and could be opened up into a life raft as well. They tested these on chimps and then sedated black bears because apparently full-grown bears were comparable in weight and size to the flight crew. The B-58 was overall pretty difficult to fly for a number of reasons. It was prone to spins and stalls, with over 26 being lost in accidents, but in the hands of a capable crew, it outperformed many of its contemporaries. It was an incredible feat of engineering for its day, and it was very good at what it was designed for, but luckily, since what it was designed for was nuclear warfare, it was never used in combat. Even so, it had an iconic career, setting 19 world altitude and speed records and winning 5 aviation trophies during its 10-year service.